Synchronizing in. 3, 2, 1. My people, hello. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my review of a bunch of plastic that just showed up. This is not really a review. I'm just into full autopilot mode. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about at this point. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and it is time once again to check out some new plastic. Brand new plastic on the market, in fact. I got the first run ZONE OS. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I got some opinions already about that disc. Spoiler alert. The Loft Discs Xenon, brand new 9-speed overstable utility disc on the market from our friends at Loft Discs in Denmark, and also have some fresh plastic from NSH Custom Discs, 3D printed disc golf disc manufacturer in Arizona, who's one of my main sponsors at this point. Sent me a couple more goodies for my own bag that we're going to take a look at. So all that and more. We got some flight footage, all that kind of good stuff. Stay tuned. But before we get into it, big thank you to everybody who continues to support the channel. From people who send me plastic, retailers that work with me like the Disc Golf Depot, the Disc Golf Nerd Patreon support team. I love all you guys. And if you do, in fact, enjoy the videos and you like the channel, the little things go a long way. Leave me a comment, like the video, share it with your friends, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. All that stuff means a lot to me. And also, if you got a couple of bucks laying around that you could spare, check out my Patreon. Those people are amazing as well. So yeah, ZONE OS from Disc Golf Depot. We're going to take a look at that last. You guys wait a little bit for the hot takes I got on that one. Also, we're going to take a look at these, and then let's start with the Loft Discs Xenon. So it is a flat top, 9-speed, overstable utility disc, and kind of similar to their other release, the Silicon. They decided to take a disc that's very classic in terms of the usage. 9-speed, overstable disc, kind of disc anybody could have in their bag for various different types of shots depending on your skill level, your arm speed and stuff. But it's a very functional classic disc, but they kind of optimized it to feel perfect in the hand, and I think they really nailed it. Just ultra smooth, comfortable profile and shapes to this thing. You can see there's just not a speck of flashing on it, any of the three that they sent me. And just ultra smooth, great grippy plastic, good overall feel. Like it's got a little bit of flexibility, but it's firm enough to be comfortable for anybody. And man, just a really, really nice feeling disc for sure. I think they nailed it. Flat tops. They all have that perfect flat top on this run. This one maybe a hair less flat. On the bottom it says Loft Discs. Xenon, made in Denmark. PDJ approved, of course. Don't have the weights marked on these yet, but I will do that before the actual review happens. This is just to show off the disc, give you my initial impressions. I threw it a little bit, and so far so good, guys. Really, really nice, smooth flyer, holds a great flex, holds a hyzer. I'm sure I'm going to like it for forehands as well once I dig into that. So this is a disc I'll probably continue to test in my own bag as well as get the full review done relatively soon as well. So stay tuned. I'll probably actually combine the Xenon and the Silicon into one review, do some forehand work, some backhand work, give them a really proper test. But thank you very much to Loft Discs in Denmark for the hookup once again. I appreciate continuing to work with them. And I appreciate that they're still like looking to do things differently. You know, they could have just done a Firebird ripoff and have it look the same as and feel the same as well, like a lot of other companies would do. But, you know, instead they're going for that great flight with a really optimized feel in the hand and a different design, which I think is great. Next, we have a really sweet Half-Life NX-01 distance driver from NSH Custom Discs. These are all 3D printed, so I custom requested this Half-Life logo. Got the black and white rim, the orange coming through underneath on the outside. Sick stuff that no other company's doing in the world. Clear top, the textured feel. This one's optimized to be more overstable as well, so this one's pretty beefy. Probably be my headwind disc, stuff like that. So I only threw it a couple times. We'll continue testing that. If you guys are interested in trying any NSH Custom Discs plastic, of course, they are one of my main sponsors at this point. I have a discount code for you as well. Disc Golf Nerd 10, same one for my upper part code. Get you 10% off anything you want from NSH Custom Discs, barring the fundraiser discs like my Disc Golf Nerd Defiant. This is a Gunnz, which is kind of a slow fairway, fast mid-range kind of hybrid for my arm. And this one's nice and stable, and it's really, really gummy and soft. Look how soft this thing is. Just beautiful. Has a great grippy feel. A little bit of texture on there. The grip is awesome. I love how gummy and soft this thing is. I'm calling it Bubble Gunnz, and this thing is going straight in the bag. And it's quite stable as well. Holds straight and then swings in with a pretty nice biting fade at the end of the flight. So kind of harpish, but longer range, faster. So digging it for sure. Definitely going to continue to test that one. Shout out to my man Jason out there in Arizona. And finally, we got the beast. The first run Zone OS from Discraft. This one was provided by the Disc Golf Depot out here in Portland, Oregon. They are my local shop. Shopped with them for well over a decade, and they also worked with me for a long time now. Happy to continue to work with them. Check out discgolfdepot.com for more information about the shop. Definitely go pop in there if you're in the Portland area. Like if you're visiting Portland, you're looking for somewhere to go stop in, you're a disc golfer, you gotta go check out the plastic heaven that is the Disc Golf Depot. So first run Zone OS from Discraft. Let's talk about it. First thing I noticed when I picked this thing up off the counter is the just outrageous puddle top on this thing. I mean, you could eat a bowl of cereal out of this thing if you wanted to. I mean, look at how pronounced and deep that puddle is. And this is not like an outlier. The whole stack, most of them were like this. I got this one in particular because it had a pretty transparent, translucent Z plastic, kind of stiff, and it's got that really pronounced puddle. And I thought it would give it the best chance of being the most overstable out of the ones that I had available there. And I wanted the nice bright color for filming as well. So, one of my major gripes with this disc is the flight numbers are just kind of ridiculous. And Discraft in general, I mean, guys, you got to clean up the flight number game. It's just way off. And 4215 for this disc, based on my testing over 2 rounds. Saw a couple different throwers throw it. Tried it on some different angles, different ranges. I'm just not feeling those flight numbers, guys. 4 is fine. The 2 is fine. I'd probably agree with both of those. And then I'd go 0, 3, maybe 0, 4. I mean, bear in mind, we just looked at Overstable 9-speed, the Xenon 9304. So this thing is representing as more fade and less turn than that. More fade and less turn than a Firebird, than a Justice. Now, this thing does seem to have that kind of weird phenomenon that happens with extremely overstable discs at times, where the harder you try to rip on it and the more speed you put onto it, sometimes the more beefy it behaves. If that's the case, I mean, maybe they're setting the flight numbers for somebody who throws 90 miles an hour, but for any kind of normal guy, you're not seeing a 5 fade out of this thing when you're throwing it on any angle. And it's definitely overstable. It's not as overstable as that, and it's definitely not the most overstable approach disc on the market. And I like it, and it's honestly more useful than I think it would be if those flight numbers were accurate. But yeah, full review coming on Friday for this thing. Friday at noon, I'm going to drop a full review. We're going to talk about it some more, and we're going to really dig in on it. But that's my initial impressions. I think the flight numbers are silly, and other than that, it's a really solid disc I think some people will really like. And if you're a Discraft thrower that's really wanted a zone that's just more mean, more aggressively stable, has less flight to it, this is basically what you've been looking for. So that's the Zone OS. Thank you once again to the Disc Golf Depot. Check them out online. They actually have some stuff online for sale as well now. So if you're not in Portland, you can still shop with the Depot. Thank you once again to NSH Custom Discs, Disc Golf Nerd 10 for 10% off. Same code you can use for anything you need from Upper Park as well. 10% off. And shout out to our friends at Loft Discs. Been awesome to work with them over their first few years of existence. And so far, they've sent me all their molds, and I've been happy and impressed with all of them. I think they're doing good work, and I will continue to show them off here on the channel whenever possible. So, thank you all for your continued support. Thank you to the Disc Golf Nerd Patreon support team. You guys are amazing. For $2 a month, you can really help support me, keep me going with this endeavor through all the algorithm changes and all the ups and downs and the nonsense with YouTube. So, I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Cheers.